Right. Thank you, Christine. We definitely have a quorum of 9 of 11. If there are no, we're also missing, make that 8. We're also missing Chris, right? Chris is not there, are we? Chris is not there.
Chris is not there.
Very often Chris is on Zoom anyway, but I don't see Chris. So we have 8 of 11. Correct me, 8 of 11. All right. If there's no changes, we'll deem the agenda approved. You can send the minutes of March 9th. Are there any edits?
George, I'm sorry. I didn't get this until yesterday. I haven't had a chance to really look at it very closely. I don't know if anybody else did, but the email ended up in my spam folder.
With these, there's a lot of other documents from time to time. It's got to keep checking those spam folders.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Kathy. So, having looked at it now, do you have any thoughts?
I will. No, I haven't looked at the report either. That's what I was hoping we'd have some extra time to look at the report.
Oh, we have a meeting here today, Kathy, so we're proceeding.
I know.
Right now is the minutes.
Yeah.
Anyone have any edits to the minutes?
None for me.
Ron?
None for me.
All right. If you catch anything later, Kathy,
Right.
you can obviously bring it to our attention.
Sure.
But
Thank you.
we'll approve as of now, but we won't hold you, Kathy. If you catch a mistake and edit, we surely will allow that to the end.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's
Thank you.
move on. Obviously, our main item is the final review of the commission report to submit to the council. The report has to go to the county council by May 1st per the charter. After the last meeting, I edited to reflect the votes at the March meeting. I also edited the comments after the feedback received from Lorraine Chaffee and Melissa King to reflect that the majority of the commission agreed with them. And as I suggested at the last meeting to both the factions, that did not prevail in the votes that were taken last month, that they could draft minority reports. And 4 of us did draft one on the issue of the grounds for removal of the county executive and the county executive. So the reports are before you for final review to submit to the county council by May 1st. Any thoughts? Ed?
I'm sorry. I'm late.
Oh, Galena has just joined us.
Amy, please. Oh, yes.
I think there's a lot of room at this table, Galena. Sit anywhere you want.
Okay.
The Galena just joined the meeting here.
I miss public parking and I try to park for employees.
Oh, parking.
Sorry. My big job. No, I should be careful because it's very large letters for public parking. Then I made a turn.
We're just at the agenda talking about the report.
Okay.
I thought I saw somebody's hand raised.
Any printout with that? Printouts?
That's the stuff that you were sent. That's the stuff you sent in advance. I thought I saw somebody's hand raised over here to speak.
Okay.
Who was it? I was just about to call on you when Galena walked in. Oh, Ed, didn't you, Ed, wasn't it Ed? Ed Ladner?
No, not me. Is my hand up?
Yeah, I know you're quiet. You're shrinking, Violet. I know that. I thought I had seen you raise your hand.
No.
Anyone else? All right. Nobody has any thoughts on the report. We'll have a very short meeting. Now, obviously, there's some formatting issues still to address with my dear friends here on staff because of my inabilities, such as table of contents and a few other areas I haven't been able to correct on my own since I've been away from the workplace for a while. But other than those, as far as the substance is what we're about today. All right. Well, if not, then this meeting will be done shortly. The next meeting.
George, it's
yeah.
David. Do you need a
David,
motion? Do you need a motion?
You don't have to extend this meeting, David.
No,
Go
no.
ahead. I'm
Well,
only joking. I'm only joking, David.
do you need a motion to approve?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for setting me straight. David, I'll entertain a motion.
I move approval of the commission report, including the minority report due to the council by the charter by May 1st of 2022,
Second,
as drafted.
Do I hear a second?
Ron seconds.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
All those opposed? All those opposed? All right, it is deemed approved. Thank you, David, for setting me straight. All right. Before we adjourn, the next meeting, which is May 11th, we'll receive copies of that final report at that time, which will have been submitted to the county council by our next meeting. We'll spend that meeting looking back at the last 2 years on the council, maybe that's 4 years on the council, 3.5 years since we were appointed, except for our newbies. And we'll take up what we started to talk about last month, which is, do we wish to meet further since our term is coming to an end in the fall? Do we wish to, what's the phrase, set up for the next commission any issues for them to consider that we had brought to our attention perhaps, or any other issues that maybe we want to put on a plate for the next commission. And perhaps we might want to talk about that over the next couple of meetings that we might have left in our term. So we can all discuss that in the May meeting. So that's what we'll put on the agenda for the May meeting. So I want to thank you, everybody, for your thoughtful input over the last few months as we played with the report, changed our recommendations, which we were free to do, and I appreciate that the majority changed in some things and even put me into the minority, but that's okay, because we're the majority. So thank you, and do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you.
Hey,
And,
George, a quick question for you.
okay, go ahead.
Did your parking pass work?
It did, because I found it. Well, it did and didn't, Ron. After telling you last month that I couldn't find my parking thing, I found it in a logical place. I clipped to my briefcase that I haven't used in God knows how long, because I'm retired, I carry my briefcase around very much. But this morning it did not work. It beeped, but it didn't lift the arm. So I had to push the button to speak to a security person, and he let me in. But it didn't work other than making a nice beep. So
I hope he lets you out. I hope he lets you out.
That's the key.
that'll be interesting. I may be talking to him again.
Right.
You better have some spare change.